Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us at the post-show for Cage Warfare. You can see the cage and the ring is currently being dismantled, and what a fabulous evening it's been for us, Sean.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Andy. It's been a big night here at MCW. The road to Ballroom Brawl has just become a lot busier.
Absolutely. Let's get straight into the matches. So first of all, tag team action. The world's friendliest tag team taking on the new team of Axe to Grind. We had the debut of Fox Grinder and, of course, the return of Josh the Axe Shooter. Now, what did you make of this pairing?
It was an interesting pairing. Shooter being a very kind of almost prototype of what a professional wrestler looks like, and this new Fox Grinder gentleman that we've never seen before here at MCW. He was a wild man. He was a man possessed out there, and it was only until a giant crucifix drop that the world's friendliest tag team managed to pick up the Duke in that match.
Well, absolutely. Congratulations to the world's friendliest tag team, because although they recently lost the titles, they still look pretty damn good in the ring, and I expect good things for them in the future. So straight on from the tag team action, we got to see the sort of action that you'll only see here in Melbourne City Wrestling when two of the premier female competitors in the form of Siren Monroe and Kelly Skater clashed head-to-head one more time. Now, what started off as what should have been a friendly rivalry, in Siren Monroe's mind has become this weird obsession to prove that she is the new queen of MCW.
That's exactly right, Andy. With Casey Cassidy going overseas, it seems like there's a power vacuum here, and in Siren Monroe's head, she wants to establish herself as the queen of MCW by any means necessary.
Let me just interrupt you there for 1 second. First of all, you're right in saying that I am the new definite Queen Bee here at Melbourne City Wrestling. And as a means to solidify my new position, I want to issue an open challenge at MCW Ballroom Brawl. Any of you badass bitches out there think that you can take me on? Feel free, rock up May 23rd, MCW Ballroom Brawl.
So tonight was the moment that we've all been waiting for.
The raffle.
The raffle. I love the raffle. But no, more importantly than that, a Ballroom Brawl, Thornbury Theatre, May 23rd, Carlo Cash Money Cannon will get his rematch for the MCW Heavyweight Championship against Crackerjack. But first, we all had to survive the contract signing. So you had me standing in the middle of the ring between two of the most intense individuals in Melbourne City Wrestling Championship history. And it didn't go to plan, frankly.
Carlo didn't say a word. Crackerjack tormented him about his long-distance relationship with KC Cassidy and just kept pecking at him until Carlo, one super kick. That's all he took.
And then after the super kick, of course, he signed the contract. Ladies and gentlemen, Crackerjack will put the title up against Carlo Cash Money Cannon, May 23rd, Ballroom Brawl. So at Ballroom Brawl, there has been one man from the very beginning who claims he's going to win it. That man is Tommy Hellfire. And in an attempt to prove this point, he has been defeating a lot of enhancement talent. However, one man decided to stand up to him, and that man was JXT. At the last event, Hostile Takeover, JXT defeated Tommy Hellfire. We had the rematch tonight, and Tommy Hellfire came at him like a firestorm.
Yeah, Tommy was a man possessed. After losing the JXT, all that momentum was gone. He was looking to get it back, and JXT was going to pay.
Well, at this time, I'd like to invite Tommy Hellfire himself to gauge his reactions in regards to the Ballroom Brawl coming up. Tommy, thank you for joining me. Now, obviously, you've gained a lot of momentum on the run-up to the Ballroom Brawl event. And how do you feel your chances are now that the field is starting to fill up?
Are you saying there's somebody out there who has a chance of beating me in the Rumble?
With respect.
Your arrogance offends me. Not only did I send a message to JXT, I also sent a message to everybody else. You put me in number 1, you put me in number 20. The result's going to be the same.
But how do you respond to critics who say that despite your grandiose boast that you'll win, that you've never actually won Ballroom Brawl in the past?
That's the past. We can talk about Ballroom Brawl 1, Ballroom Brawl 2, Ballroom Brawl 3. This is Ballroom Brawl 2015. This is a completely different kettle of fish. So, you can send JXT You can send Mr. Juicy. You can send Elliot freaking Sexton in there, and it's gonna be the same result. Too long have I been held down. Too long have I taken a back seat. 2015, look at me. I said 2015 is going to be Tommy Hellfire's year. We understand? Shake your head. There we go. Good boy.
While Andy readjusts his jaw, we'll talk about probably one of the best matches MCW has had in a long time. Dowie James versus Travis Banks in a technical masterpiece. What a match.
I'll tell you one thing. I loved it. This has to be one of my favourite matches of the year.
For what Dowie thought was a tune-up match leading towards Chavo Guerrero at Ballroom Brawl, Travis Banks wasn't going to have that, and they had just a full-on match that I think we had the crowd screaming, "This is awesome," 5 minutes in.
At the end of the day, Dowie James is on a hot streak like I've never seen before. And it's all on the path to Chavo Guerrero himself at Ballroom Brawl. And then to finish it all off tonight, Caged Warfare, the Estate versus Team Juicy. Bloody hell. I mean, let's see. We have never seen anything quite this chaotic, quite as dramatic as a main event in Melbourne City Wrestling before. It did look like that Mr. Juicy was very seriously injured after having a very ugly tumble for a table that was set up within the cage. Now, when Cousin Ali, the final member of the estate, finally made it into the cage, they actually locked the cage. Sebastian Walker himself came down and locked the cage. A, to prevent Mr. Juicy getting medical attention, which he desperately needed, and also to prevent Elliot Sexton, the final member of Team Juicy, to make it into the match.
But luckily, Miami managed to come out and gave Sebastian Walker a hellacious slap, stole the key, unlocked it. Elliot Sexton came in like a man possessed.
And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, at that point, the estate didn't stand a chance, and it was Mr. Juicy who, injury be damned, finished it off with a big flying elbow, 1, 2, 3, and now Mr. Juicy gets Sebastian Walker for 5 minutes at Ballroom Brawl.
Yeah, you could see Sebastian Walker sitting on the ramp. I think he was crying after he knew what was coming towards him.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us for the post-show wrap-up. My name's been Andy Coyne, and this is Sean Hawkins. Now, remember, we are on the road to Ballroom Brawl, May 23rd, Thornbury Theatre. Keep an eye on the website and keep an eye on our Facebook page, and we'll see you there.